Hey, does your ankle mobility suck? Well, today we're going to go over 3 exercises that may be able to help unlock ankle mobility and may decrease some of the pain that you might be dealing with. So we're going to do a stretching exercise, we're going to do a controlled mobility exercise, and we're going to do a loaded strength exercise. So the first exercise we're going to do is we're going to do a stretching exercise, and this is going to be in a loaded position. Now, there's different ways to stretch your calves out, but in this case, we want to get the knee to be pressing down into it. Now, this is kind of like a minor loaded position here because his foot is elevated. You can do this on the ground, you could do this on a chair, you could do this on a bed. Now, the first thing he's going to do is just put his foot flat. He's going to push his big toe into the mat here, or into this box. And as he's going to load his upper body into his knee, make sure that you try to keep your heel down. Now notice John is just pushing straight forward over knee over toes, right? And as he's pushing over there, he's going to lean into it. He's feeling the stretch at this moment right here. Now, if he wants to create a little bit more movement, remember the knee moves in and out of the foot. It just doesn't go straight forward. And so keep that heel down. Push into the heel, and he's going to move his knee inward as he's just trying to unlock some of that flexibility of his ankle. Now, a lot of people get mixed up with flexibility and mobility. Flexibility is a part of that. Flexibility is a part of mobility. And so we want to increase sensory information and stretch to the areas that are limiting his ankle mobility. And so what he's doing here is a loaded stretch, and then go ahead and bring it back. And so we can be very dynamic with this. Drive his knee forward, move his knee to the outside, move it back on the inside, and then drive it straight back. And again, move his knee to the outside and forward. All right, so that's the first exercise. Try it out. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. So one of the things that we do in the office here is that we want to try to put all of the local range of motion with the ankles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock up his knees here. He's going to squeeze that. You guys can just grab a simple pillow, something that's just going to keep your knees in place here. And what he's going to do is let's start with his right foot first. You're just going to rotate your foot inward. Rotate, lift your foot up. Rotate it in, drop your foot down. There you go. And then lift it back up. And then he's going to rotate it all the way to the outside, and he's going to put his foot down. Lift up, rotate it all the way in, and drop it down. Lift up and rotate to the outside. Now, if this is way too easy for you and you note it, put a band on your foot, and that can also help with increasing some of that strength in this exercise. Good, perfect, put it down. Now, he's gonna go down. Now, remember, we have a dorsiflexion and we have a plantar flexion, so we're gonna go ahead and lift his heel up into the air as high as he can go, and he's gonna drop the heel down, and he's going to bring the foot up, dorsiflexion. Perfect. Bring it down and heel up. Now notice his foot is slightly rotated to the outside. You can do that. You can go ahead and put your foot in any direction because we want to try to unlock every aspect of that ankle. Now, ankle, there you go. Perfect. Raise it up, raise it back down, or drop it back down, raise the heel up. Perfect. Now, the last exercise here, he's going to work on what we call inversion and eversion. So first thing he's going to do is he's going to raise the middle part of his foot up, and then he's going to drop that down, and he's going to raise the outside. Now, notice how his knees, we're trying to keep his knees locked. A lot of people, what they do is they lean to one side just to increase that mobility there. But we're trying to just focus all of our energy into one area. Now, notice we want to get our toes involved with this as well. That's totally fine. Bring it down. Our foot has a lot of joints in it that want to make sure that they get some movement as well. Because again, even though we're working a local area, it all comes with patterns. Go ahead and drop that. Perfect. So the last exercise that we're going to do, we're going to try to do a loaded ankle mobility exercise. What you're going to do is you're going to find a doorway. Now, in this case, we're just using this rig here. Move forward, move forward, move forward, right there, just like that. And so his knee is about a fist length away from the door. And so what I'm going to have him do is in the doorway, he's just holding on to the door. He's just going to try to drive his knee forward, load, and tap the wall. Now, if that's way too easy and you're already getting it like John is right here, that's totally fine. You can move back a little bit more, go and stand on up, and then move back. And then again, keep that heel down, keep the heel down as he drives his knee forward to try to tap the wall. And it's just a targeting exercise, right? We're just trying to drive the knee forward, tap the wall, and come right back up. Now, remember as we were doing the mobility exercise, we were making his knee go out and in. You can do that too. So just keep the foot planted, going to the outside. There you go. And he's going to drive down, tap the wall, come right back up. And he's going to go into the inside, tap the wall, and come right back up. All right? Now, ankle mobility is part of the pattern for the rest of our body. And now if we don't have ankle mobility, we could be struggling with knee pain. We could be struggling with hip pain. It transfers all the way up the chain.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the chain, that's a part of the chain. So it actually starts there. And if you're lacking mobility on that ankle, it could literally affect the rest of the chain all the way to the lower back, hip, knee area.
Exactly.
So remember, if your ankle is locked up, it can affect the whole kinetic chain, especially on the posterior side with your knee, your hip, and lower back. So make sure you do these exercises and get yourself more mobile in the ankle.
If these ankle mobility exercises don't help, check out our other videos that may be able to help unlock some ankle mobility.